Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, a new Chick-fil-A menu item that's long overdue.
Also, Vine is back, baby.
All that and more on the way next. Jack Dorsey is trying to save the internet. 8772-RADIO-U. Of course, he is the co-founder of Twitter. That is long over. He's gone, moved on. But he's bringing back one of the things that people actually loved that was associated with Twitter from years ago, and that is Vine.
Yeah.
Vine, in many ways, the predecessor to TikTok, is making a comeback. Jack Dorsey bringing it back, calling it Divine, including the library of basically all the Vines that were made back in the day when Vine actually existed. Plus, obviously, you'll be able to post on it again. And an added bonus, there'll be no AI content allowed.
Oh, yes, that is a good thing. We don't need any more of that, thank you. So, yeah, this is interesting. Jack Dorsey, is he behind Blue Sky?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so he's not getting out of the social media game at all.
No, not in the least. He's trying to save the internet.
Well, I mean, some may say Blue Sky is hardly doing that. But
Blue Sky, I think, it's not for what Blue Sky is as far as the platform. It's just, it was hard to get, basically for Blue Sky to succeed, it needed to have everybody from Twitter leave Twitter and just go to Blue Sky, which was never going to happen.
No.
And not enough people left. And then the people that did leave, it felt like it was a very political thing.
Yeah.
And so then there was just no chance.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, Blue Sky, I've been on there. It's fine. The way it works is fine.
Yeah.
It's basically Twitter if you didn't like Twitter.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is the political stuff. I don't like political stuff on social media.
But
and
it wasn't
for me,
necessarily there. They just made the thing. And then that's how it became.
I don't think that's what Jack was trying to do. But it unfortunately ended up happening that way. But Vine, it shouldn't have anything political about it. Everyone should just be happy that this is back because the reason it left was honestly really dumb. It was at its height of popularity and then just stopped. It just went away.
Yeah.
It was so odd.
Yeah. It is weird because it never felt like Vine. It wasn't as popular as TikTok is now or anywhere close.
No.
But it was a very popular platform. I guess it just didn't. I feel like it didn't have a way of making money at the time.
That's, I think, the reason
Which
they
is
stopped.
kind of what Twitter had a problem with, too.
Right, because YouTube was starting to gain a lot of traction because they were paying creators. And so they kind of were setting that trend. And Vine was like, we have no way of making income and we have no way of paying creators. And so they basically just shut themselves down. And it never made any sense to me because I was like, it doesn't seem like any of these creators have any issue with making this content for free. So why not just keep doing that? But as you said, if they can't run a nonprofit, and so if they felt like they couldn't make any money, then why keep operating?
Yeah, well, hopefully this has a little bit more of a plan behind it, and they know what they're doing getting into it. And I think the absence of AI, banning AI content, is going to be a big bonus for a lot of people. That is just going to make it feel much more fun. And if I'm being honest, I still like TikTok and I enjoy using it every once in a while. But I did like how TikTok used to have limits on the length of videos. And I don't feel like 6 seconds is enough.
Yeah.
But I feel like on TikTok, you get it gets way too long on there.
Okay.
And so I'm ready for a platform that I can just scroll through faster, where I feel like people will value my time. Because on Vine, to make a 6 second thing, it have to be so efficient.
Yeah.
And I feel like on TikTok, people just can be a little inefficient.
That's fair. And I do feel like those that really, really were successful at Vine became, they just knew how to use that 6 seconds really well. You may think to yourself, 6 seconds, that's nothing. But they were able to use it in a way that was funny and, it made sense with whatever they were doing. And so, yeah, I think you're right that you will see a lot more people become just good at using that 6 seconds to make it outstanding.
Yeah, I'm ready to download Divine, the resurgence of Vine, and see how it goes.
Okay.
I cannot. I'm excited to have. Isn't it fun to have a new social media that we don't hate?
I know. That's fair, but also this is not necessarily new, but also I think what helps with this is very nostalgic feeling for a lot of us. And like we never at any point hated Vine. We're really sad Vine went away. And so I think that helps with this too.
Has this ever happened before, Allie? Last night, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani each won their league's respective MVPs. And that means they both went back to back.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened before?
For both leagues, both year, maybe one time. I'm not sure.
I mean, there's a lot of baseball history, but still, it feels like something that's very rare. Shohei Ohtani, the first multi-time unanimous MVP.
Wow.
Which makes sense. Who else could you have voted for in the National League?
There was no one competing on that level.
It's crazy that he did it again. His stats batting this year were not as good as last year.
No.
But he also started pitching partway through this year again and did pretty well. Then, how did you feel about Aaron Judge defeating Cal Raleigh, the big dumper from the Mariners?
I hated it.
Why?
Absolutely hated it. Because I just feel like Cal put together a season that we're probably not going to see from him maybe ever again or from another catcher ever again. Because I don't think what people realize when you look at a catcher doing that, a catcher is like a pitcher, has so much other things to focus on in a game that to be that good at hitting, it is such a bigger accomplishment than an outfielder doing it, in my opinion. And so to me, I think Cal Raleigh truly was the MVP of the American League this year.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I am a Aaron Judge hater, but this is for the regular season, and Aaron Judge, like if it wasn't for the home runs, he has better stats basically everywhere than Cal Raleigh. Yeah, he wasn't playing catcher, so that counts for something, but also Aaron Judge missed some time with the Yankees, and as much as I don't like Aaron Judge, the Yankees sucked when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows how valuable he really is. And you'd think the Yankees should be a stacked lineup. They spend $1 bajillion, but the rest of the team is not particularly good.
No.
And so Aaron Judge really carries them in a lot of ways through the regular season. And so as much as I wish he wasn't the MVP because I want all things Yankees wiped off the face of the earth. I never wanted them to accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I feel like he did deserve it over Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I think both of the players, because there's a stat, this is an inside baseball stat, it's called WAR, wins above replacement. And both of them have very high WAR. And so I do think that if you took either of them off their team, it would have been a very different season for that team. And so to me, I get what you're saying with that argument, particularly with that Yankees lineup. But I think the same can be said for the Mariners, and especially taking away a catcher. Think about how their pitching would have changed with, that you're not used to that arrangement as a pitcher pitching to somebody else, somebody new calling the game for you. And so I think the same can be said for Cal Raleigh. If you would have taken him off out of that lineup, taken him off that team, that Mariners team may not have even made it to the playoffs. Who knows? So I do think that that argument can be made for both of those players. So I'm still upset that Cal Raleigh didn't win it.
They both had great seasons, and it would have been fun to have somebody different.
Aaron Judge is going to win another MVP.
I sure hope he doesn't.
I'm just saying Aaron Judge is going to have another season like this. I don't know if Cal Raleigh's ever going to have another season like this.
I don't know that is how we should decide
He's already shown you that he can do these numbers. And so to me, this isn't even his most impressive season.
No, but if he's still the best, he's the best. Even if he's the best over and over again.
I don't think he's the best over Cal Raleigh.
Only in Canada can a man steal a city bus and get complimented by the police.
What?
8772 Radio U. This just happened in Hamilton, Ontario. Hamilton, one of the bigger cities in Canada, big enough to have its own football team, the Tiger Cats. So it's a big city. On Tuesday, police in Hamilton, Ontario were dispatched to a call concerning a man who had stolen a bus from the McNabb terminal in downtown Hamilton. This man was an unidentified 36-year-old man who was eventually apprehended after driving the bus for about 15 minutes. However, before he was apprehended, while he was driving the bus, he initially took the bus on its correct route and actually dropped off and picked up multiple passengers at multiple stops.
He's like, I just want this job.
He was just role-playing, cosplaying as a bus driver for a day. He even went so far as to refuse to let somebody on the bus that had an expired bus pass.
What?
So he was going by the book.
He was literally like he was working there.
Tough but fair, this guy was. Eventually, the riders started to notice something was wrong because he wandered off of the normal bus route.
Yeah.
And so eventually police caught up to him and were able to take him in without much issue. But then the police said, and this is a quote, "There was not a ding on the bus. He did a great job. It's comical, but at the same time, it's serious. We're thankful nobody was hurt, eh?" He drove that bus so by the book. He just did not.
Did the bus company not know it was missing? They didn't call it? Whoever the driver was supposed to be didn't call?
He only got 15 minutes. I think that's probably from the time they called to when they caught him.
Well, it sounds like a passenger on the bus called. It doesn't sound like the bus company called.
I don't know if they called or if they just thought everything was normal until he went off the route and they're like, what's going on?
Okay.
But I don't know if they called at that time. I feel like they probably...
I thought that's what you had said. That they called. After 50 minutes, the authorities were alerted. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So either way, he almost could have gotten away with it if he just knew the route.
If he just stayed on the route, it would have been fine. If he just followed
the script, nobody may have ever known, and he could have had his day. But I feel like this is like a child in a man's body. Like, because when you're a kid, driving a bus seems cool.
Sure.
And so this was just, he was living out his childhood dream. He finally got to do it. And I don't know, how do you punish a guy like this? How do you punish a guy for safely driving a bus for 15 minutes?
I don't know, but they did charge him with a few things. And it does say that it does sound like this driver was homeless and appears to be grappling with some mental health issues. But he was charged with theft, police obstruction, and driving without a license.
He probably just had somewhere he needed to be.
If he did, you would think he would drive there and get out and leave, but...
He didn't get there in time.
Yes, something...
Where he needed to be just happened to follow the bus route for the first 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't have a way to get on the bus. I don't have fare and I don't have a ticket or like a card or whatever. So what can I do? I know I can hijack the bus and pretend to be the bus driver.
You know, I do kind of respect the Canadian police here. I kind of like you don't want people stealing buses, but at the same time, this is not something to get incredibly angry about. Everybody was fine.
It could have gone horribly wrong, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So they're thankful that it didn't.
To take it easy on this guy and, just be happy that the bus and everybody in it was fine.
Yeah.
I think that's a good route to go.
It certainly is a good route that bus ended up on.
Trailer season for some reason. I guess before all the big Christmas movies, we got to be seeing the trailers for the stuff that we're going to be seeing next year. They want us to see next year, the movie makers. Yesterday, Allie, the trailer for, am I saying this right? Is it Wuthering Heights?
It's Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. What does that mean?
That's the place where the story takes place. It's a book by Emily Bronte. And
who's that?
She is an author.
Okay.
She's one of the Bronte sisters. There were 3 of them. They were all kind of creative writers in a time when women were not really,
okay.
Not that they weren't allowed to be writers, but it just wasn't as common.
Yeah.
And so, she wrote this kind of gothic tragedy, which is the story of Heathcliff and Kathy, and or Catherine.
The cat?
Not the cat, no. But Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi are starring as those 2 roles in this new movie that is going to be, covering the story and adapting the story to film.
Yeah.
And it just has been disappointing so far with what we've seen. We've seen a teaser and now a full-length trailer, and I hate every second of it.
I know. Hey, first of all, is it like part of the story that, what was the lady's name?
Catherine.
Catherine winds up with a much younger guy?
Catherine does end up marrying Edgar Linton in the story because Heathcliff is not very well to do. And
Okay.
so even though they're in love, she ends up marrying a guy that's a little better off.
And he's young?
I don't know.
Much younger than her?
I don't know if he's much younger than her. I think they're supposed to be around the same age.
Yeah, because what about Heathcliff, though? How old is he?
Heathcliff and Kathy are supposed to be literally like the same age.
Okay, so problematic, because Jacob Elordi is 28.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, I don't know, maybe I should suspend disbelief because they don't look that different in age.
I think
But-
Margot Robbie is showing her age now.
She's 35.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I know how long she's been around.
I think that doesn't help. Yes.
Yeah. But okay, so wait, go on. I mean, I have no, but I've never read this book.
Well,
I have nothing to
basically-
compare it to.
Basically, if you watch the trailers that we've seen so far,
Yeah.
they're trying to make this into some epic love story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a love story in Wuthering Heights, but it's
Yeah.
very toxic and destructive. This love that Heathcliff and Catherine have for one another, it doesn't happen. And so,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Heathcliff becomes very vengeful. And so the story to me is a lot more about like generational trauma and this tragedy that happens that he kind of he takes out on Kathy's daughter. And so you see that more in the book. In this, it's like all about Heathcliff and Catherine. You don't see any of that other stuff in the trailers so far.
Yeah, they're trying not to spoil it.
I don't know if that's true. I think they're going to focus on one part of the story and not really anything else because for whatever reason, Margot Robbie's convinced that this is the greatest love story of all time because that's how
Okay.
they frame it in the
I did see it say that, yeah.
the trailer. And I'm just like, that's not true at all. This is the greatest love story that never happened. Like,
Spoiler alert.
it just doesn't happen.
I feel like they're trying not to give. You remember, this comes out on Valentine's Day too, so they're trying to sell it up as a love story, and then it's going to be a shocking, apparently, twist that you're not expecting, that it doesn't go the way you want it to.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't.
And then after Valentine's Day, it'll have so much word of mouth after you're done seeing, like, everybody went to see it for romantic reasons. And they're like, this isn't romantic. And that's what I think is going to happen.
I think this is, you know the horror movie Jennifer's Body?
I've heard of it.
Okay, Jennifer's Body was it's a classic tale of a movie that was marketed to the wrong crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie, but it was marketed as if it was a slasher horror film. But what you got was totally different when you went and saw the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this is a very similar thing. It's getting marketed as if it's something that, you know, if you like a Colleen Hoover novel, or if you like a romance book or a romance movie.
It looks like a Pride and Prejudice-y type thing to me.
That's exactly right, with some weird, like, Charlie XCX in there and some weird visuals. But that's what it's being marketed as, the greatest love story of all time. And then these people are going to go show up to this movie and they're going to be very disappointed if they follow through with what actually happens in the story. And so, yeah, that's why I'm just a little bit upset, because I love that book and I love the story.
Yeah.
And this just seems like
So you don't
they're-
want it to be a love story.
because it's not. It's not a love. It's a tragedy.
This is why I don't read books. Because then I can't be upset if a movie isn't like a book. I just judge
But
the
you're
movie
not
on
going to
its own
watch
rights.
Wuthering Heights, are you?
We'll see how the reviews are. It's Emerald Fennell. She made Promising Young Woman. That's a pretty good movie. Allie, could I interest you in a road trip for our next food fight?
I mean, I'm always down for a road trip.
I guess not our next food fight, because it would have to be after Thanksgiving. But
Okay.
how about a road trip? You, me, and Nene.
Okay.
We go to Maryland.
All right.
We go to Maryland to try the new chicken and waffles at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I'm in.
8772 Radio U. Why do we have to go all the way to Maryland? Because they're testing these out.
Only in Maryland?
In Maryland and in San Antonio, Texas. And Maryland is definitely closer to the Radio U studios.
Probably.
Plus, I could probably put us up in a house. Like, literally, the place that broke this news is the Chick-fil-A in Westminster, Maryland.
Okay.
That is probably the closest Chick-fil-A to where I grew up.
Wow.
All of the homeschoolers I knew worked at a Chick-fil-A in Westminster, Maryland. They're probably still working there.
Yeah,
Some of them are a manager.
They might be.
And so this Chick-fil-A in Westminster, Maryland teased that the chicken and waffles, they messed up. They said that they were supposed to start testing on November 10th. That wasn't true. They're actually not supposed to start until December 1st. But at that time, Chick-fil-A's in the Baltimore, Maryland area and in the San Antonio, Texas area will start testing 2 different chicken and waffles sandwiches.
Wow. That is exciting. I am down for a road trip because that sounds like something I would love.
Yeah. We just got to get the budget. We just got to find the budget for it and the time because it is a bit of a time-consuming venture.
And it's a busy time of year.
Yeah, but I think it'd be worth it to be one of the first to try. And I can show you around my old hometown, my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, we'd have Nene film a whole video, a whole vlog.
And obviously he would love it because it's Chick-fil-A. So they have 2 different versions of the chicken and waffle sandwich they're going to be testing. A breakfast version and then the regular rest of the day version.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the pictures and at first I was like, how are they different at all? Look at the picture. They look exactly the same, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
The breakfast sandwich is slightly smaller.
Yeah.
But I think that's just perspective. But I do think they're different. And not just because it says the breakfast sandwich is available with syrup.
Okay.
I think the difference is I think they use the different chicken for breakfast sandwiches. The waffles are the same.
Yep.
I think the chicken might be different.
Okay. I mean, the chicken patty looks thicker.
Yeah, it looks bigger
and
and more substantial on the other part of the day sandwich.
Yes.
But I mean, either way, it just makes sense that Chick-fil-A would have chicken and waffles.
Sure.
And how could you make Chick-fil-A better with waffles? It's just a no-brainer.
Yeah, this equation is making sense. The math is mathing for this one.
Honestly, my only problem with it is that it took this long.
Yeah.
Why are they? What are you testing?
Yeah, just do it.
Is our Chick-fil-A waffle sandwich going to be good? Yeah, I think it is.
It's going to be great.
Your Chick-fil-A, just start selling it.
Yeah, just every store.
It's time for our football picks on this Football Friday on Radio U. Allie and I, we picked 4 games, 2 college, 2 NFL, and then 1 upset, which also serves as a tiebreaker. And whoever loses this week misses out on our food fight that's coming up on Monday.
Yes.
This is the most pressure I think I've ever felt in our football picks. I really want to have this food.
The stakes are high.
We're doing the new Coca-Cola holiday creamy vanilla Coke and Coke Zero. And I don't want to miss out on that.
No one wants to miss out on that.
All right, so choose wisely. We'll start with our first game.
Oklahoma at Alabama.
I am going Alabama here. I do think this will be a closer game than some may think because I think Oklahoma's defense is pretty good, but I just don't believe in their offense against Alabama, and it's at home for Alabama. So going with the Crimson Tide.
And Alabama just seems to play close games.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't think they're necessarily going to blow Oklahoma out, although I could kind of see that happening.
So are you picking Alabama?
I'm also picking Alabama because I also think it's a revenge spot for them. Last year, Oklahoma is the loss that kicked them out of the playoff, basically.
You're right.
And so I think Alabama is focused here and gets it done. And so I'm going with Alabama as well.
Texas at Georgia.
I am going with Georgia. Shocker here.
Yeah.
The Texas hater returns. No, I do think that this will be a close game, but ultimately I think Georgia will come out on top.
I'm taking Texas.
Okay.
As I've become apparently a Texas lover. I just think Texas' defense, they really have had one bad game if you go through the season. So their defense is good. I feel like Georgia, as much as they keep winning, I'm not sure what exactly it is that's their calling card. What do they do well? They come back and win games when they've been losing. But Texas defense might be a little too good for them to be able to pull that off. So let's move on to the NFL.
Buccaneers at Bills.
I'm going with the Bills here. I think they are definitely going to want to bounce back after a really bad turnout last week against the Dolphins. And so I think they will get that done against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills too. I know the Buccaneers need to bounce back after their loss to the Patriots, but this is a time of year where I really like to pay attention to the weather. The Buccaneers are from the South. This will be the first time of year they're going up to a place where it's going to be cold. And it is going to be cold, possibly rainy or snowy in Buffalo on Sunday. So I'll take the Bills.
Lions at Eagles.
I'm going with the tiny upset here, going with Lions.
Why?
I just think the Lions, I like their weapons a little bit more than what the Eagles' weapons have done this year on offense. And so I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Lions will come out on top.
I'm going to go with the Eagles. I just think at home, the Lions do not play as well when they're outside of a dome. And Philadelphia, definitely a tough place to play. And obviously, the Eagles are good. They just beat the Packers. You don't do that unless you're really good.
Upset special.
And the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm going for an upset here. I am going with a wild pick because it's not a game that I would even have on my radar. But I was just struggling to find a good upset this week. The slate is just not leaning in an upset territory way.
Yeah.
There will be upsets, but I just was finding a hard time picking one. So I'm going with an upset that two teams that you probably never even heard of. Coastal Carolina over Georgia Southern. Coastal Carolina is second in the Sun Belt. They're 5-1 in the Sun Belt, and yet they're not favored over Georgia Southern.
Suspicious.
Yeah, a little odd. But Georgia Southern, it's a game at home for them, and so I guess that's why they're giving them the 3.5 points. But I'm going to take the Chancelleers for this one.
Okay. Did you know that before just now?
No.
Oh, you got to get that right. I'm going to go with, I've had 3 that I've been waffling between.
Okay.
And I don't want to mention the other 2 because I don't want to be, I feel like I'll have less of regret if I only just stick with one that I say. And so that is, I'm going to say Navy upsetting South Florida.
Oh, okay.
The last time they played, I think it was 2 years ago, Navy easily defeated South Florida. Navy is at home. It's not supposed to be cold, but that's another South team traveling up to the north. And Navy is just a unique team to prepare for. I don't know if South Florida can do it. And they have a lot of pressure because now they're supposed to be like the group of 5 conference champion team that's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we saw Memphis falter in that position last week.
Exactly. So I'll take Navy. We'll find out the winner on Monday. And whoever wins gets to enjoy some Coca-Cola holiday creamy vanilla for a food fight. And the other one just has to sit and watch.
Yep.
Now, how would you feel if I told you that an app was building a profile on you to share with restaurants so that they know what kind of customer you are before you ever show up? 8772 Radio.
How do they do that?
Would it matter to you if the app was Open Table?
I've never heard of Open Table.
Open Table? You never need to make restaurant reservations?
Nope.
Open Table is the app that you would use to make reservations at any restaurant.
Okay.
The restaurants that take reservations. If they take them, they probably take them using Open Table online.
Yeah.
Open Table supposedly has been built, they keep track of your information. Do you arrive late? Do you not tip as well? All these kinds of things is something they do with restaurants. And so then the restaurants put that, when you book through Open Table, the restaurants know who you are. They put the information back into Open Table based off of how you behaved when you were there. And so then that tells future restaurants as well what kind of customer you're going to be.
Interesting.
Some people seem pretty upset about this.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't like it either, especially if you're a bad tipper, that they let them know that you're not great. But
bad tippers are always so they never want to be outed as a bad tipper.
Exactly.
Maybe you should just tip better.
Because they know it's not correct. They know it's not right. But yeah, I think that I don't like the idea of just an app that, has a whole bunch of information on you. Mm-hmm. I know I've shared that in the past, but, it's just privacy. I don't like it.
Yeah. The reverse is, though, I understand why they do this because obviously we're all focusing on the negatives that if you show up late for one reservation, all of a sudden that's on your permanent record on Open Table and restaurants may treat you differently. But you also think the restaurants you're making reservations for are usually going to be higher end. And if you watch The Bear, you know this, if it's a really high-end restaurant, the more that they can tailor the experience specifically to you, that's what they want to do.
Fair.
And so that is the positive of this is instead of literally in The Bear, they show how you would be creeping on people's Instagrams and stuff like that to try to find out what they want to make the experience special.
Interesting.
And so that is something that Open Table can help them much more easily do when they know all these info about you.
That's fair, but I think I'd be a little creeped out by it. For instance, it says when people dine out using Open Table to make reservations, hosts can now see purple stars with AI notes in their profiles, such as frequently orders these drinks when dining out. if I've never been to a restaurant before,
Yeah.
and we show up and they're like, Diet Coke, ma'am? I mean, I'd say yes, but I'd also be a little bit like, whoa, is it on my forehead?
No, they probably just listened to the show.
How did you know?
We have profiles on us just based on all the things we've said here.
Yeah, but honestly, I do think if they just like walked up to me and already knew what I wanted to order, I think I'd be a little creeped out.
I feel like if they're good, they wouldn't make it so obvious.
I would hope not.
I think that they, like, part of the whole thing is like, you're going to be like, it's almost like magic. You're going to be like, how did they know that?
Yeah.
But not like.
But now I've seen behind the curtain,
I know.
Hudson. Now
Open Table's ruined it.
Yeah, now I know.
How do you feel about this Open Table having a profiling? I mean, how is it much different than if you ride an Uber and the driver gives you a rating? Like, it's very similar. Sometimes that might make you uncomfortable,
and now
but mostly only if you misbehave.
Right.
So.
Now Uber's letting drivers know if you tip bad, if you don't show up, if you cancel, like all of those things. They're letting drivers know that.
You get to read a bajillion reviews on every restaurant if you want and on your Uber driver. So isn't it kind of fair?
I guess so, I guess.
Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know what's new that you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. Get ready, buckle up. We've got 6 new movies to get to.
Whoa.
6 that are brand new, and then 2 more that we should just quickly mention. Let's start with Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Okay.
Starring Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, and Dave Franco. The 4 Horsemen and a new generation of illusionists try to bring down a worldwide criminal network. Now You See Me, Now You Don't is in theaters. 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, not terrible, but not great.
How many Now You See Me? There's been 2 before this, right?
Has there?
There's been at least 1. I think there was a second. Maybe there's a third for all I know. I know there's been other Now You See Me movies.
I have not seen any of them.
I haven't either, but the trailer for this I've seen numerous times.
Okay.
Over the past several months of going to the theaters, and every time I'm like, this looks like a horrible movie. It looks so stupid. But Sonia Rayo of the Washington Post actually seems to agree. She says their character arcs disappear from memory as soon as the credits roll. A most unfortunate vanishing act. Well done, Sonia Rayo. So Now You See Me, Now You Don't. If you've seen any of the Now You See Me movies, let us know your thoughts at 877-2-RADIO-U. But I'm not seeing that.
No.
What about The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell, directed by Edgar Wright? In the near future, The Running Man is the top-rated show on television, a deadly competition where contestants must survive 30 days while being hunted by professional assassins. Desperate for money to save his sick daughter, Ben Richards is convinced by the show's ruthless producer to enter the game as a last resort. Ratings soon skyrocket as Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite as well as a threat to the entire system.
Uh-oh. Sounds a little bit like Squid Game almost.
Or The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Or I feel like, is The Running Man a remake of The Running Man previous? I feel like that could be true. Either way,
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
The Running Man is now in theaters. It has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And Jesse Hassinger of the AV Club says the movie succeeds on the level of invigorating pop entertainment more often than not, at least until it overstays its welcome in a distended, herky-jerky final half hour.
Herky-jerky. What a great way to describe a movie.
Yeah, but Edgar Wright is somebody I tend to trust with movies. He made Baby Driver.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So that's I may see. He also made Shaun of the Dead, so he's got a decent, halfway decent track record.
Sure.
But the reviews aren't exactly amazing. I might watch that one day. Also, this is for you, Allie. Keeper from Osgood Perkins.
Yes, I've seen the trailer for this many times. It looks very, very interesting.
What a name, too. I love the name Osgood.
Yeah.
Osgood Perkins. In Keeper, a wife becomes isolated in a secluded cabin and has to fend off an unspeakable evil.
Yeah, it's a new horror movie from A24.
Probably. Keeper is now in theaters, and it has a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's kind of sad for an Osgood Perkins film. You know, he did Long Legs, and some other big ones.
Yeah. Jake Wilson of the Sydney Morning Herald says, horror fans may be reminded of the chilly snicker of Ari Aster, probably Perkins' nearest artistic cousin, but where Aster often strains for weirdness, Perkins' gift is that he seems incapable of anything else. So I guess this is weird, is what he's saying.
It looks very odd.
Also out this weekend on Netflix, if you're in the holiday spirit, A Merry Little Xmas starring Alicia Silverstone. All Kate and Everett want for Christmas is an amicable divorce and one last holiday as a family, but new flames and old feelings complicate their plans.
Uh-oh.
Melissa Joan Hart is also in this movie.
Whoa.
A Merry Little Xmas now on Netflix. I've got 2 more. We got to go quick. Playdate now on Prime Video starring Ellen Richardson and Kevin James. An afternoon playdate between 2 stay-at-home dads turns into high-stakes chaos. It has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. And finally, A Very Jonas Christmas.
Oh, my goodness.
3 famous brothers race against time and face challenges during a chaotic journey from London to New York, desperate to make it home in time for Christmas with their loved ones.
Aww.
A Very Jonas Christmas is now on Disney+. And on top of all of that, Eddington is now on HBO Max and Nobody 2 is on Peacock. I'm much more likely to watch those 2 movies than anything I just listed off.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. You have no excuse to not watch a movie this weekend. There's so many choices.
Unless you want to watch football.
There's time for both. There's always time for both. A man in Pennsylvania has been shot by his very own dog. 8772 Radio U. He should be okay. This actually happened back on Tuesday night, so he's not dead. But his dog did shoot him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What?
Can a dog go to jail? We're about to find out.
I doubt that the dog purposefully shot the man.
That's what the dog would want you to think, isn't it? This happened in Shillington, Pennsylvania, where a 53-year-old man was cleaning his shotgun and placed it on his bed. His dog then proceeded to jump on the bed, which caused the firearm to discharge, and it hit the man. He was then taken to Reading Hospital, where he's undergone surgery for his injuries.
I'm not a gun expert. But as far as I know, most, if not all, guns should have a safety function. Why is that not being used when the gun's being cleaned?
You would think, right? You would think.
And just being placed on a bed.
Obviously, this guy wasn't thinking about safety.
Clearly not.
Yeah. Or this is a really clever dog.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out exactly how the dog would have had to land on the gun for it to go off. You know, like how he would have had to land on the trigger and like pull it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how.
For a shotgun, that's not an easy thing to do.
I don't know how he did it. I don't know, but it is. It's a miracle that the dog was able to do that, and a miracle the man didn't die.
Yes,
because of his either his negligence or his dog's aggression.
Said he had to undergo surgery.
Yeah,
for his injuries.
Serious stuff.
Yeah, that's no joke.
That's a hard lesson to learn.
I was going to say, this is definitely going to teach him to never, to always use safety. And that's, I mean, again, I'm not a gun expert, and I have heard that many, many times.
Yeah.
And so hopefully he will use that in the future.
I'll tell you what, a cat would never do this.
I mean, I don't know if a cat could have enough force to set off a shotgun.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, a cat would certainly want to, but you can tell in their eyes, but not capable. I don't think any cat could shoot off a gun.
I don't think they could. At least not a shotgun. Maybe a little tiny pistol? Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to look up reports about that. If any cat has ever shot a person. Yeah. I would like to think.
They're probably not that good of a shot.
No.
Maybe this dog doesn't miss.
Me, if a cat is shooting, it's shooting to kill, too. 100%.
Not to injure.
The cat is not going to miss. Disney is leaning into AI in a way that absolutely won't backfire at all, will it?
Sure.
8772 Radio U. Disney CEO Bob Iger yesterday announced that Disney Plus is going to begin offering short-form, user-generated content created with generative AI.
Oh, no.
It sounds like this is coming to Disney Plus, where eventually, where it's going to let you, as a Disney Plus user, create and consume and enjoy AI-generated content, where like you're going to be able to use Disney characters in these videos with AI and make them do almost whatever you want.
Oh, that's not good. This is not good. Please tell me that the vetting on this is going to be extreme.
You 100% know that whenever it rolls out, they're going to be like, we have all these safeguards and blah, blah,
Precautions.
blah. Yeah, where you're not going to be able to do all the stuff you think the Disney characters should do. You're definitely not going to be able to make them do it. And then people are going to find a way to make them do it.
People will find a way.
It'll take 24 hours or less to ruin it.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to unsee what you've seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, soon enough, we are going to start seeing our favorite Disney characters, videos of them going, Heil Hitler! Like, it's going to be awful! Why did they think this was a good idea?
It's the future. It's the future. And they think there's money in it. And so this is where they're going to go.
Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Not because not because I think Disney's doing anything wrong here. I just don't trust the people that are going to try and generate
they're doing something
stuff.
wrong because they know full and well that this is not going to go right.
Well, they should know.
And it's also fully unnecessary.
Yeah.
We don't need to make AI content with Mickey Mouse
Right.
and Moana.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
We definitely don't need it. I don't want to make AI content with those characters. And so...
Nor do I certainly want to see it.
Yeah. Right. Why would I want to have a section of Disney Plus that's like generated content from other users that I can
Why would you choose
watch?
that?
Yeah,
Why would you?
That's
all
not
the
entertaining
things to
at
watch
all.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
All the things.
If you've ever watched any AI video, all I think is this is so dumb and boring. Like, none of it is entertaining to me.
Sometimes it's shocking, but in a way of like, wow, that would be really crazy if it actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't hit the same, like you get
'cause it's
desensitized to it. Yeah.
Right. It's so obviously fake and just not natural.
Have you seen the one where it's a guy sitting in an outhouse and there's a window behind him over the outhouse, and first a deer jumps through the window, breaking the window, and starts running like it's trapped in the outhouse. And then right after that comes a grizzly bear because it was chasing the deer, and so it jumps through the window, and then the guy's lying on the ground asking for help, but you can tell it's AI generated, obviously, because this has never happened. Why would there be a camera in an outhouse? And the man's is wearing underwear the whole time while he's sitting on the toilet. And so at first you watch, you're like, well, that's crazy. Then you see it's AI, you're like, this would be much cooler if it was like real life, but since it's AI, I'm moving on.
This is what I keep seeing from the AI generated video. It's always animals in trouble, animals in situations where it's like terrible. So it'll be like a cat on the front porch about to get mauled by a bear, and it shows up on your like Facebook scrolling on your feed, and you're like, oh no, that poor cat, what's gonna happen to it? And you click on it, and it's so obviously AI, and it's like, dang it, they got me. And now I'm not clicking on any of those videos because it's always these animals in peril.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it is so ridiculous that it is funny. But you get, like I said, you get so desensitized to it.
Right, because AI can only do the extremes, is what I can tell, from what I can tell.
And once you see a ridiculous thing over and over again and keep seeing that it's fake, then you just distrust everything.
Exactly.
And maybe that's what they want. Let's face it, you're going to start watching Christmas movies pretty soon anyways. In fact, I'm sure many listening right now have already watched a Christmas movie or two. Might as well get paid for it. And good news, you can if you get hired as CableTV.com's Chief of Cheer.
Ooh.
Your job would be to watch 25 Christmas movies in 25 days, and your compensation will be $2,500 plus free subscription to Disney Plus, and I think maybe another streaming service or two, and $2,500 will be donated to a charity of your choice. Does that include RadioU?
Yeah, I think you could make that.
We're a nonprofit.
Yeah. And it also says you get a cozy blanket for the movie marathon.
Nice. You can never have too many cozy blankets.
How do I apply?
You go to CableTV.com, I think. Oh, here, you also get, so this is why I would do this, not even for the money, because you would get Disney Plus with DirecTV. You'd also get Hallmark Plus, which I do not care about. But you're giving me DirecTV for free. That's worth $2,500 to me.
Yes,
just to
it
have a
is.
stream, just to be able to just watch whatever I want. DirecTV is not disputing with Disney. You could just watch the football that you wanted to while you're at it.
Right. I'm literally going to put an application in for this.
Yeah, the applications are open until December 4th at 1:59 a.m. Eastern.
All right.
But why wait? Get yours in ASAP. The winner is going to be announced on December 5th. So that means you have to, you begin your duties on December 5th. That means you're watching Christmas movies after Christmas.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of people watch them until the new year. And that would be taking you to what, December 31st?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Oh, no. I'm not that way.
You, as soon as Christmas is over, you cut it off?
Christmas Day is the last day for Christmas music and Christmas movies. Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Why? We've had a whole month.
I'm still in the Christmas spirit a couple days after Christmas.
When you start in November, then by the time Christmas Day gets there, you've exhausted all your options. You've had enough.
As soon as the new year hits, that's when I move on. I take the decorations down. I stop listening to Christmas music and don't watch any more Christmas movies. But until it's the new year, I mean, why stop?
Because it's not Christmas anymore.
I don't really listen to Christmas music after Christmas Day, but I feel like I've certainly watched a few Christmas movies after. And if I'm getting $2,500 to do it, I am okay with it.
Yeah, that's true. For $2,500 and free DirecTV, I guess I'll watch a few Christmas movies after Christmas Day.
All you have to do is watch one a day. That's not even that hard.
Yeah. What else am I doing then anyways?
Right.
Not working, that's for sure.
Yep.
For a future food fight, Allie, we're going to have to get naked.
Oh, what?
8772 Radio U. We're going to have to get simply naked.
That's not happening.
Cheetos. This is a new line from Frito-Lay of Cheetos and Doritos. They're making them naked. They are getting rid of the artificial dyes and flavors, making them, they say, completely colorless.
Oh.
This is their new Simply Naked line of chips that is going to be coming to stores very soon. So think about how you normally imagine a flaming hot Cheeto. It's not going to look like that.
Yeah, it's not going to look unnaturally red because that red doesn't appear in nature.
No, it does not. So these are they are going to do 4 of the main food groups that they are going to make naked. One is the Doritos Nacho Cheese, also Cool Ranch Doritos, and then Cheetos Puffs and Cheetos Flamin' Hot Crunchy are getting the naked treatment.
Okay.
And we're going to have to try these to see how they stack up against the original.
If they're any different. Are we going to have to do 2 bags, maybe?
Side by side?
Yeah.
I feel like that feels like the fair way to do it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to get a little expensive for a food fight. Do you know how much money Doritos cost now?
Yeah, but it's going to be worth it because this is science. This is for science.
Yeah, it's for science. It's for you to know if there is a difference. We're doing this so that you don't have to.
Are you nervous before we even do this that we're going to find out that the artificial flavors is what makes it so good?
I mean, I honestly think that's definitely going to be true.
I would honestly be shocked. Like, I really feel like doing this is going to make me sad.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I wanted to try and force myself to like healthy chips at one point in my life, and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it.
There aren't some kind of naked chips out there.
Yeah.
Nobody buys them.
I tried to tell myself I liked baked Lays. I tried. I couldn't do it anymore. I just, there was something about them. Like, I liked them at first, and then eventually it started to feel like I was just eating stale chips.
Yeah, you're eating styrofoam. And here's the other thing. No, you don't want to hear this, but Flamin' Hot Cheetos, they need to be that color. You want me to be that color. You need me to be that color.
They're flaming hot.
Because how are you supposed to know?
Right.
If you see that color, you know that's something spicy.
Right.
And I'm looking at a picture of the the Flamin' Hot that are naked. The naked Flamin' Hot. So many children, lives ruined.
Yes.
They're going to be crying, tears in their eyes, and then they're going to get tears, even more tears, because they're going to wipe their eyes with their hands that have the Flamin' Hot dust, but they don't even realize because it's not red, so they don't see anything different.
They don't know. Danger, hot.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. You know what this is also giving me?
What?
the sad beige mom.
Yeah.
The sad beige mom that
We need
colors all the
colors in
kids'
our lives.
toys and makes them beige and takes away all the color in people's lives and their children's lives. No, we don't want this.
I'm just saying, how unhealthy can the artificial flavors be?
I mean,
how
we
bad
already
can
know,
they be?
We already know they're unhealthy. We have accepted it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're buying Doritos, you're not fooled into thinking this is good for you.
It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. We just allow it to be something we're going to have.
Yeah.
You know, we accept the consequences that this is not healthy for us, but we're going to eat it because we like it.
Now, the truth is, and the good news is, at least for now, it's not like the regular artificial Doritos and
They're
Cheetos
not
are going anyway.
away.
But that is, at least if the government has its way, what we will get one day.
You know that these healthy ones are going to be more expensive too.
Yeah, which makes no sense, right?
Yeah, because they're going to be worse.
They have less ingredients, less chemicals they need to manufacture.
Yes. It's going to be more expensive than the already crazy expensive Doritos.
Yeah. I wish I could have a good attitude about this, but I just know. Like, it just makes me sad all around.
Yeah.
It makes me reminded of how bad the real ones are for me,
Right.
the real fake ones are for me, and also makes me sad that those could go away.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Because I just want to eat them and not think about how bad they are.
Those sweet, spicy chili ones. Oh my goodness!
Don't you mess with them.
If they
Do not
take
mess
them
with
away,
those.
I will cry.
They even made the bags white.
The Simply Naked ones.
Yeah, the bags are just white. They're mostly colorless.
Again,
too.
this is
You're
sad.
taking away the joy.
This is sad beige mom behavior. We don't want this. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.